So we're the Public Works Committee. Today is 1/19/21, and it is 9:00. What are we at? 9:02.
Yep.
p.m. And I am Representative Jay Walken, District 5, and the chairman of the Public Works Committee. So anyway, I'm going to throw it over to who wants to take over. Lauren?
So we want to talk about the we have to act on some things. I think to consider and act upon the minutes of the annual organizational meeting held on December 14, 2020, and the special meeting held on December 21st, 2020. So do we agree those minutes were okay?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We have to agree. Yes, the minutes. Everybody in favor of the minutes, say aye.
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 Aye. So anybody nay?
I don't usually
Abstaining?
do those, but sorry.
What? Anybody
I didn't
abstaining?
ask about the minutes. So next up is to hear and consider and act upon the following appointment to the Fair TV Commission as recommended by the Board of Selectmen, Mark J. Joyella, 64 Shoreham Drive, term July 2020 to 2023. How do we
He
feel?
wasn't
I
here.
make a motion to accept as presented.
We haven't even talked to him yet, have we?
No.
Right, but you have to have a motion in order to have a vote.
Right. So who wants to do the motion?
I motion we table the decision until next week when we actually hear from him.
Okay, great. Is that Scott?
Who wants to second that?
Yes.
Anybody want to second it?
Aaron McCormick seconds that.
Okay, cool. All in favor? Say aye.
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 Anybody nay? Abstaining? All right, so we're tabling that. That's the right move.
Yep.
I don't even know who he is.
The next one is hear and consider and act upon the following appointments to the Ethics Commission as recommended by the Board of Selectmen, Brian S. Cantor and Dana Carey. I move that we vote on them together.
And who wants to?
I'll second that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I say the same thing. So, yeah, so all in favor? Say
aye.
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 Anybody say no to any of them?
I say
No.
Lisa Havey votes no. Hell no. No effing way no.
No to
Just
who?
saying. If we're voting on
no.
one vote together, then I say no together.
Oh, no, you don't want to do it all together, Lisa?
I'm okay with that if that's what people want, but I'm going to I'm voting a strong no on Dana Carey.
Okay.
All right, why don't we keep them separate then? Can I take back my motion?
Yes.
You can.
All right, so let's vote on one at a time. We'll start with Robert Bolito Jr.
No, he's.
Oh, I didn't see Rob.
Seat was vacated. It's Brian Cantor.
Right. Robert left.
I make a motion to accept Brian Cantor to the commission, the Ethics Commission, as presented.
Committee.
Okay.
So who
sorry,
wants to
I read the
second
wrong
it?
name.
I will
My
second
computer
it.
is having
Okay.
problems. Sorry.
Frank will second it. So we're all, I'm sorry?
Sure.
So all in favor?
Yeah, that's fine.
Aye.
Okay. I guess we're all in favor of Brian.
Who seconded?
Batiste.
I think Frank did.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against?
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
And
Dana Carey.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Dana Carey to the Ethics Commission.
Anybody want to second it?
I'll second it, Lisa.
Okay. So
could we do a roll call vote, please?
So what do you want to do, Lauren? A roll?
A roll call vote?
You can do that, or we can just go, we're all in favor except for Lisa.
Can I inquire why is Lisa so adamant? Can you explain yourself?
Because she behaved in a most unethical manner during the fill pile and was responsible for emails that looked to be from the town when they were not from the town. And there were many, many other unethical behaviors that she promoted, supported, and shared.
Your claim is that she fabricated emails as part of the fill pile?
Well, no, there's no claim. It's actually you can Google it.
I'm just asking you because I this is the first I'm hearing about it. I'm not really sure what you're referring to.
I'm trying. I shouldn't have been so emotional.
I think you're not
No,
saying
it's
she
okay.
fabricated emails. You're saying that the emails she sent were sent in a manner that they appeared to come from the town, correct? Is that what you're...
Correct.
Wait, say that again? I didn't catch that.
There were emails about the fill pile that were sent out to community members that made it look like they were sent out from the town of Fairfield.
There were emails sent by her that appeared to be from the town of Fairfield. And what was the purpose of those emails?
To promote hysteria regarding the fill pile.
Are you talking about her website?
No.
You're talking about literally sending an email that would purport to come, like the
it was sent to. I actually didn't receive it, but I was very aware of that. Just Google it. I think that's the best thing you can do. But I will not be voting for her. If everybody else votes for her, that's great. But I will not be voting for her. I can't imagine they couldn't find a more ethically minded person. But if that's how it goes,
I'm trying to understand what you're claiming because honestly, I really, if what you're saying is true, I'd like to see it. So when you say just Google it, what am I Googling? Dana Carey fabricated emails?
Sure. Or ask her yourself. Ask her. Reach out and talk to her. She'll I'm sure tell you.
Okay.
It's at least
you were involved in.
It sounds like we need to do a little more research on it. Does anybody want to table it for now until we do that work?
I think we should.
No, I don't. I think that we should put it to a vote and let the chips fall where they may.
You
just sounds.
Yeah, you're fine. We should take it to a vote.
All right, your choice.
And just to put my 2 cents in, I heard about this also about Dana, but I have to tell everybody that I've been friendly with Dana all through when Dana was on the RTM with us. So I've never known Dana not to be. I know I've never known Dana to be that way that we're describing now. Of her. I've always known Dana to be fair and always to be ethical. So this is a shot. I heard about all this, but I'd like to hear more. Find out more about what went down. So, but
maybe you want to abstain. I don't know.
It's
a surprise to me. Yeah, I might just abstain.
Well, I to be honest with you, I have been an observer of the whole fill pile situation and have read through many, many volumes of information, and this is the first time that I'm hearing anybody claim that she made an email and sent it out to people, making it look like it was coming from the town to get hysterics. I know that there was a website.
Not sure if I know that she was involved in it. I don't know if it actually came from her computer. I don't want to be so narrowly specific in that, but she was involved in that, and I can't look past that. Right,
but if somebody's going to claim that somebody sent emails out and they don't have actual proof of that, I just think it's a little, disingenuous to say, this is what she did, and then say, go Google it. There's nothing to Google. There's nothing to Google.
Okay.
She had a website. Apparently it was called Fairfield First or something like that. And I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to. If she sent an email under that, guys, to make
Let's see if I can't find the information, Karen, so you can see it like in black and white.
I would like to see it, and I'm not just saying that because I really would like to see it because this is the first I'm hearing that anybody's claiming that she sent emails out with the intention to deceive the public.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yep.
Not to chime in on a late note, but I remember hearing about that myself. Pardon me, did you hear me?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I hear you, Laura. So what do you want to...
I remember hearing what Lisa said. I wasn't there was a lot going on at that point, and I don't remember exactly the gist, but I do recall something like that being said. I did not get an email. I just searched, and I can't find one from her, but I know some people did get that.
You know what the emails were?
True doesn't make it true. Number one. Number two, there has been an absolute pushback on her from day one for bringing to light what, quite frankly, took down the first selectman of this town. So I definitely want to know if there's an ethical concern about something that somebody who's going to be on an ethics commission has claimed to have done that may have been unethical. There's no question that I want to look at that and take a hard look at that. But I also question, the motivation of people coming to the table and saying, she did this, Google that. There's nothing to Google. You can Google her name and nothing comes up as far as, and if she actually did something, she would have already been, wouldn't there be a discussion about that? Wouldn't we all know about it? I was intimately involved with Facebook pages and all sorts of documentation on what happened because that's how I got sucked into this whole mess to begin with, to be on the RTM. But, I will be honest with you. I if she did something unethical and there's a claim that she did something with the intent to deceive the public, we should all know about it. But you can't just the table
I just did a really quick Google, and the State of Connecticut State Elections Enforcement Commission, she has a complaint against her for here. I can send this to you.
Yeah, but a complaint doesn't mean anything. I mean, a complaint doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's not good. That's not, Karen, but that's not good getting a complaint. But I mean, yeah, but I understand. It's
Tony Wong has complaints because people hate him and he's got an arrow on his back, a target on his back. Just because somebody complains about you does not make you unethical. And I take umbrage with the fact that somebody would suggest that just because somebody makes – listen, the Phil Pyle was a hotly contested issue, obviously. It took down the first selectman because of what happened, and she is the reason why it was all brought to light. That's the truth. And a lot of people –
that is the truth, and I do not dispute that one bit. I think that what that part was clear and very, very fine citizenship. I do not have an issue with that whatsoever.
So what is the issue?
What was the email?
The misleading email. It just was misleading.
Yeah.
What did the misleading email say?
Can I just say to you that if you don't know it, it doesn't make it not true. Okay? So I will be voting no. If you want to vote yes, that is absolutely 100% your prerogative, and I take no issue with that. I will be voting no because I find her to be wholly unethical.
Okay.
If you don't like that, I respect that. But that is where I stand. That is my point of view, and that is where I'll be voting.
Okay, very good. But you make that statement with absolutely nothing, what you're claiming about her without absolutely nothing to back it up, and that's a problem. That's a problem.
Well, you can go back. No, I've known others.
You can't make claims about that and that somebody did something unethical unless you have proof that it really happened. And
I think we can raise it in subcommittee though amongst ourselves. It's not like we're putting it in the paper.
The meeting is being recorded. I think we have absolutely. You make a statement about somebody in a public forum and you publicize that to the world. You best have your information to back yourself up on.
You're absolutely right.
That is slander per se if, in fact, you don't have the information to prove that it was true. You have slandered somebody unless you have the documentation to prove it, and I take offense to that. And I'm not friends with Dana Carey. I don't have a relationship with her outside of anything related to the town of Fairfield. I really don't. But isn't
this the safe space to talk about it though? Like isn't this
Absolutely
what we're
not.
supposed to do?
This is not a safe space. No. This is a space where you come with your legitimate concerns with actual proof. And if you are claiming that this woman is unethical, you better have proof of it. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's all subjective, too, because I remember the emails.
It's not
and
subjective.
I remember hearing about it,
subjective.
but I don't know. I don't have the email in front of me, but I do recall that.
Well, the comment
all.
was made that she sent emails with the intent to deceive the public to think that it was coming from the town of Fairfield. You better be able to prove that.
I hear you. I can prove it. I'll prove it. It's
All
not
right.
fake news.
All right. So shall we vote, or do you want to table this?
I think we should take. How does everybody feel? Do you want to go ahead and take the vote?
Yes, let's take a vote.
So Karen
I think
says
we should
yes.
take a vote.
Hank says yes. Lauren,
Yes.
Let's vote.
you say
Jay?
no. No, I'm saying you said no.
I'm
Got
going to
this, yeah.
abstain from this.
I'm saying we should go ahead and vote. But I also, in my back, what I'm feeling right now is that, this should have been maybe questioned to Dana tonight. You know what I mean? But that would have been putting her. This is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just,
feel
hearing all this is scaring me. That but I didn't really know exactly what was in the emails or what. All I know is that it was a terrible time and everybody was going after Mike, our first selectman, over this. So maybe those emails were damaging, and
I think it's a sandbag job, if you want to know the truth. You don't come to a subcommittee meeting and bring up something that you weren't courageous enough to actually bring out in the open and tell her exactly and tell everybody else exactly what you think
Right.
about it and what
right.
proof you have.
When she was there, we really should have questioned. You should have maybe we should have brought it up when she was there. I don't know. It's just my
I
thought.
did think about it, but I thought it would be. I actually thought it would be very unkind, and
No, I don't feel that too.
I didn't
I
want to
don't.
make.
I feel terrible because I know Dana.
Action.
I know.
Having a trial without being able to respond for what you're being accused of, I think that's unkind. That's the height of unkindness, and quite.
I think it's overstating it. This is just a public works subcommittee.
Yeah, we just talk. All right, we're not. We're not trying to.
Let's calm down and let's vote.
Right.
Jay?
Yeah, let's vote. So I'm gonna vote right now. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna abstain. Lisa says no. Frank?
Yes.
Karen, you're a yes.
I am a yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Peter? Not here. Rick?
Not here.
Yes.
Oh, Peter. Rick is here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses, so the motion passes.
All right,
I
so
feel in my book, my explanation why I abstained is because now that got me thinking, and I would need more information to say unequivocally either way. So I should be looking up that. Let's see.
No,
let's
good.
move on to number 9.
So wait, we didn't do Steve. There was another person, right? Steve Cormatic?
That's next. Yeah, that's next. Number 9, to hear and consider
okay.
and act upon the following.
To accept. Sorry, I make a motion to accept the candidate for Special Project Standing Building Committee as presented.
Who wants to second that?
Second?
I'll second it.
that. Karen McCormick.
Okay, so Karen will
Karen
second
seconds it. All right.
And all in
in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody
Motion
against?
passes.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Wait, somebody said aye. Is anybody against? All right. So the motion passes unanimously. And so we're on to number 10, to hear and consider and act upon the following resolution as recommended by the Board of Selectmen. Resolved that in accordance with the recommendation from the Town Plan and Zoning Commission, the Town of Fairfield will sell the property known as 216 Riverside Drive to the adjacent owner at 196 Riverside Drive for the sum of $22,500 by quitclaim.
I think it's too low.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just kind of thinking that we should get more information as far as why they bid the.
You need to have a motion before we have discussion. I make a motion to accept and as presented.
Who wants to second that?
I will.
Okay, Lauren.
I got a bad connection. I didn't hear the motion.
The motion to approve the selling of Riverside Drive property to the adjacent owner for the sum of $22,500 by quitclaim deed.
Yeah, I'm in favor.
And who was that? Rick?
That was Rick. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I just think it's too low.
Is that Scott?
They didn't get any other bids.
I can't hear anybody's name. I can't tell your voices apart yet. Could you identify yourself?
That was Rick. That was the only bid they got.
Rick says yes. Peter Britton's not here. Scott Nickel, how do you feel about it?
I feel like they had the opening bid too low.
Okay.
That's all. You know, the town is making a quick sale in the hope that they're going to get the tax money back in the end. I'm just not 100% sure that they actually did the bidding correctly.
I think the bidding was based upon the appraised value, and I think if we start at the starting point with an assumption that the appraisal was correct, then the bidding was probably right where it needed to be. I think the biggest problem is that I think we're all questioning that appraised value, whether or not that's a real, fair, and accurate appraised value. And I made a few comments during the meeting that, if we have questions about the appraised value, it's one appraiser's opinion. It's truly an opinion of value. It's based upon professional experience. But the more unique a property is and the less use it has to the general public, the more difficult it is to comp to other properties. So I would actually say I'm not going to vote in favor of this, but what I would say is that perhaps vote down this contract with the understanding that if there was additional valuation work done on it to take a second look at the true value, maybe get an additional opinion, maybe get two more opinions. I don't know, and average them out.
You could get Rick. You could get an appraiser all day to put a higher appraisal on it, but if you don't get a buyer for it, what good?
Right. What's the difference? Right.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's worth $100,000, and somebody says, "Well, I'm not paying it." Then the town still owns it, and it just sits there.
Well, the question is 22.5 or whatever the number is that too low? Maybe 100,000 is too high, but maybe 40 is a more appropriate number. Who knows? But everyone's point is that they're concerned that the town and the taxpayers aren't getting their fair shake on value, and I don't necessarily disagree, and I wouldn't hang my hat on one opinion of value.
Are there any other people willing to buy?
Again, it went out to bid, didn't it? And it went out to bid based upon.
It went out to bid based upon an appraised value. That's how they determine the bottom basement price. That's how it went out to bid. And the only bidders, the adjoining owners, because nobody else has use for it. And of the adjoining owners, only one person really was interested. So that's why the number's so low.
Exactly. The property is worth what people will pay for it.
Yeah, and now when that adjoining property owner buys it, he's going to end up paying. They'll be paying town collect property taxes on that forever on it now.
Right now, there's no money coming from it for the town. As soon as we sell it, there will be.
Yeah, the town's going to get the sale price, then they're going to be able to tax it for perpetuity.
Right now, it's just sitting there doing nothing. We have to mow it.
And I'm agreeing with Rick. I mean, you have to find a buyer for the land. I mean, you can ask for 50, but if you don't find somebody to buy it at 50, then now it's sitting longer. I think
the number one rule of real estate is the property's only worth what someone will pay for it.
Exactly. You can list your house for $10 million, and somebody says, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you $50,000."
Exactly.
That's what it's worth.
Yeah. We'd like, maybe we wish it was worth more, and maybe somebody would want it, but I mean, it's pretty useless. It's okay that it's going for nobody else wants it.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm for letting this sale go. Let it go. Let it just happen. I sold
a lot of houses in my day as a arm's length transaction company for resale, and they're literally, you can get a lot of appraisals, but if somebody's not willing to buy it, it's not worth anything. So
let me ask you guys.
Yes.
What?
He said Haiti votes yes.
So Lisa votes yes. I vote yes.
Rick votes yes.
I got you, Rick. How about Scott?
Reluctantly yes.
How about Karen?
I'm going to abstain.
Okay. How about Frank?
I vote yes.
Alrighty. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yeses, 1 abstention, and 1 is not present. So the motion passes. Alrighty. To hear and consider and act upon the following resolution as recommended by the Board of Selectmen. Resolved that an amendment to a lease and license and access agreement with Fairfield Community Theater for town-owned property adjacent to 1410 Post Road be and hereby is approved.
I may make a motion to accept.
So Lisa makes a motion.
Any seconds?
I'll second it.
I'll second it.
Somebody else can second it.
Who was that second?
Who was that, Frank?
Gentleman?
I think it was Scott.
Scott? So Scott seconded.
Okay, Scott. I got you, Scott. Okay, discussion.
I have concerns about the pass-through to the tenants. As Representative O'Shea pointed out, there has to be a way that the town could put a term in the lease that says that there can be either minimal upcharge to the tenants or no upcharge to pass-through.
Whatever.
Here.
I do agree with Karen. I think there has to be a better way to set this up. Unfortunately, by the time it gets to us, it's up or down, and we don't get to set the terms of the lease. I would love to see it done better, but as the lease is before us, I'm going to support it.
I'm not looking at the lease right now. Does anybody know what the term is on the lease?
It should have been in our extra paperwork.
I'm not familiar.
Try to pull it up.
So they're saying they're putting in another restaurant. Is that what I heard? Another restaurant is going in where? Next to the Old Post Tavern?
That area near the Old Post Tavern.
No, on the other side of the theater.
Oh, the other side. Okay. Is that where the barber shop used to be? Wasn't it a barber shop there?
Yeah, it's over toward the barber shop there.
Okay.
Wasn't there like a art studio or yoga or something next to Verde Coffee?
What, the coffee?
Las Vegas, I think, is still there.
Las Vegas is still there, right? Yeah, they didn't go
but
out.
I think it's between the theater and Las Verdes.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a small shop there. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
And then he was talking. Mark was talking about opening up more space for Old Post Tavern outside dining. Is that right? Did I hear that right?
To expand it like they did for COVID times, because originally it was very limited space.
Right, there was. Yeah, he opened it up. I was there over the summertime. So it's great that I saw a lot of people out. But anyway, all right, so where are we at? We want to take a vote?
Just so you guys know, it looks like the original lease is a 30-year lease.
Is that normal, Karen?
Well, I would imagine with the arrangement that they have with Kleban and developing this, that would be normal. I guess the problem that I have, or the question I should have, I won't even call it a problem, is that I don't want to see Kleban, rape or take advantage of the little guy restaurateur who's just trying to have some outdoor dining. And I think if the town agrees to lease it to them for a certain price, that price should be, at best, minimally marked up. And I do have a problem with a 30-year lease on great terms and then having him mark it up.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Are we ready for a vote?
So how do you want to vote now? How do you want to? I guess we're going to have to bring that up.
I think what I would suggest we do, honestly, is I really want to take. Yeah, I want to abstain for now, and look at the lease closer to make sure that I'm reading this correctly. The original lease expires in 2039 or 20. Hold on, it's not 30 years. It's
less. All right.
It's usually it's on a commercial situation. I used to do those for a company, and they're usually 10 years for a start, and then you get 5-year options after that.
So this is 18 years.
Yeah, it's a long lease term though, and if I just don't trust Cleveland, I'd be perfectly honest with you, just knowing how they operate. They are always looking to make a buck.
Oh yeah.
And,
aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to see them.
Apparently not me. I don't ever want to make money.
Lauren.
I know.
Hold on. The lease is.
So you're gonna. So you want to.
Original lease runs from July.
I think we should vote yes, no, abstain.
June 30th, 2039. It's a 20-year lease. I misspoke.
Right, and the 20-year lease.
And the amendment would include that entire period.
There is a motion on the table. So the discussion is great, but if you're going to take a vote,
you have to vote now.
You have to vote because the motion's on the table.
Right.
Yep.
So we can take a roll call, and you can abstain if you wish.
All right. So you want to call it out, Laura?
Jay?
I'm on the fence with this one, but I'm going to vote yes.
Okay. Lisa?
Yes.
Frank?
I'm going to abstain.
Scott?
Yes.
And Peter's not here. Rick?
Yes.
So the motion passes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses.
You didn't ask me.
I asked you. You said you were going to abstain. Do you still want to abstain, or do you want me to change that?
Yeah, I'm going to vote no.
Okay. I'll take you as a no then. Forgive me for that mistake. Okay. So 1 no, 1 abstention, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses, and 1 is absent. The motion passes. So it's not the last one, is it? No. Oh, the longest one is, do you want me to read this whole thing out? It's to hear and consider Board of Finance in the best interest of the town to expend a total of $64,304.
I make a motion to accept 12 as presented. There you go, Lauren. I saved you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're right there, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Lisa to the rescue.
Anyone want to second this? All right, Karen, I got you.
I'll second it.
Okay, so shall we discuss, or do we want to vote?
I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote.
Everybody ready to vote, or you want?
I'm ready to vote. This is important.
I'm ready to vote.
So, Jay?
I'm voting yes.
I'll vote yes. Lisa?
Yes.
Frank?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes unanimously.
Great.
Moving on to number 13, proposed amendments to the tax relief for the elderly and disabled homeowners ordinance, section 95-8 to section 95-15, Chapter 95, Article 3 of the Code of the Town of Fairfield, as recommended by the Board of Finance, has been referred to the Legislation and Administration Committee, so I didn't have to read that.
Yeah, we don't have any. We can discuss it, but there's no action. This is not an action item.
Right, it's an action. Right,
no action to take. I hope that we do get some action on this pretty soon, though, because the elderly homeowners have been waiting for a long time.
This has just been how long? 2 years?
Well, this goes.
I don't know, feels like forever.
This goes back to when
it was in my first term.
And I go back 10 years. This goes back almost that long.
Oh, it's time.
It's not fair.
It started in. I think this started in my first term or second term.
And I can imagine if they've been reassessed to be more. It's only going to get worse for them.
God. I can't believe this is still going on myself.
So I think we heartily hope that they get to a conclusion soon. All right, so let's move on to something we can act. Are there any other matters?
Anybody else?
I don't see anything else. So all that there is left is to adjourn. Does anybody want to make a motion for that?
I will do that. Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Who are the two gentlemen that just spoke?
Rick's going to second
Scott, who said motion to adjourn.
Scott and Rick seconds it.
Okay, Scott and Rick.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those
Thank
opposed?
you all. We're unanimous on this
Everybody get home safe.
You too.
Hey, everybody drive safely on the way home.
Yeah, walk safely on those stairs.
I already got. I'm home already.
It's so funny.
I'm not being scared.
Everybody stay safe.
Okay, so what are we adjourning at 9:39?
9:30, right? 9:39.
Okay. Okay, I have some work to do, guys.
All right. I'll see everybody.
Best wishes all.
Good night, guys.
Thanks.